Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be building a tire swing using an old tire, but it's not the typical tire swing you normally see, so stick around and see how I do this. Now I'm going to start cutting the tire down to a smaller size. This is just the old junk tire that I had sitting around. So I'm going to start cutting this with an angle grinder. There's a couple different ways you can cut this. The first one I'm trying with a cutoff blade or cutoff disc for metal. And this cuts through really well. It makes a ton of smoke. You want to do this outside because this stinks. You don't want this in your shop or in your garage. Now, the problem with cutting tires is around the tread of the tire, there's wires throughout the whole thing. So you have to use something that will cut through metal. Along the sidewall of the tire, it's just rubber. So I'm actually using a wood blade in my jigsaw that cuts around that really easily. Now, if you have a metal blade for your jigsaw, I'm sure that would do well for cutting through the tread. I actually used a Sawzall with a metal blade to cut the rest of this tread later on in this video. That works really well with a lot less smoke than the angle grinder. So whatever you have, you can probably find a way to cut through this. Even if you have to use a handsaw like a hacksaw or something to cut through that, it'll just take a lot longer. Now here's the piece of tire that I'm going to use for the seat, and I'm just going to taper down the corners a little bit so that where I bolt the swing to the chains that I'm going to be hanging it with, it'll be a little bit thinner and not as bulky, so when you sit down it probably will be more comfortable as well. Now here's where I was talking about. I'm using a Sawzall with a metal blade that works really well, and it cuts through the metal bands around that tire really easily. So this probably is the best option for cutting through tires. The cutoff wheel on the grinder works really well, but it just makes so much smoke. So this actually is a little bit more enjoyable to use than that grinder. Now this is the perfect shape to catch rainwater, so I'm actually going to drill one hole in the swing at the lowest point so that all of that can drain. Now one thing about the Sawzall is it doesn't cut the wires flush and makes them smooth. It actually makes them very jagged. So I'm going to come back with the grinder and smooth that out really quick before I make this into a swing. I don't want anybody getting hurt on this, especially since my daughters are going to be using this swing, so I'm just going to make sure all of that is nice and smooth and there's no sharp edges. Alright, so I've got the tire cut out and I've sanded down, grinded down all the wires on the edges so nothing is there to cut you or get caught on your clothes. Now, all the parts that I'm going to need are right here. I've got these loops. These are what is going to be attaching the swing to the chain. I had to get 4 because I actually need 2 sets of nuts and then 2 plates as well, because I'll have a set of nuts and a plate underneath and a set of nuts and plate on top. So I needed those on here. So that's why I got 4. Now these are going to be going up on top of the board that the swing's going to be mounted to, so those will screw right into the wood, and then these are going to be attaching to the chains. Now to mount the chain to the tire, I need to drill 2 holes on either side so that these loops can go through the tire and bolt on the back side and hold it together really tight. Now, if you notice with these loops I'm mounting onto the tire right now, once you sit down on the tire, it's going to fold the rubber around you and push those loops right into your side. So what I'm going to do is take those loops and bend them almost at a 90-degree angle away from you so that once you sit down, it's going to be a lot more comfortable and it's not going to be digging into your side. Now to do this, I'm just going to mount it on my vise and use a hammer and bend it over really easily. Now to make sure that I'm not crushing the threads, I'm just going to put the nuts onto this loop real quick, and then that's what's actually holding it in place. Now it may be a little hard to see. I'm putting the chain on first onto the loop, then I'll put the 2 nuts down. I'll tighten those all the way down so that they're as far up as they can go. Then I'll put 1 plate down on top of those 2 nuts. I'll slide it through the tire, and then I'm going to be putting a plate on the back with the 2 nuts, sandwiching the rubber in between the 2 metal plates that are on this. Alright, there's the swing. It's all put together now. Now I need to take it outside, cut the chains to the right length, and hang it up. Now you can see as the rubber bends, those loops would have dug right into your side if they still were straight. With them being at a 90-degree angle, it should be much better and really no issues with it now. Now I'm just quickly pre-drilling for the eye hooks to go into the wood. This makes it a lot easier to get it started, and it doesn't cause the wood to split and break apart. It really is the best way to do it. You just want to make sure your drill bit is smaller, a few sizes smaller than your threads are on the screw. That way it's not going to strip out or anything. Also, to do this, you'll want to tighten it up either using a pipe or some sort of handle. I'm just using a screwdriver. This just gives you a lot more leverage and something to hold on to as you turn that eye hook in. Now I like using chains a lot better for swings because you can make sure that you get them exactly the right height. It's really easy to do this. You just count the number of links and you do the same exact thing on the other side. But they are a pain to cut if you don't have bolt cutters. I'm just going to use a hacksaw real quick. Once you cut through one side, you can actually pry open the links so that you don't have to cut through both. Saves you a little bit of time and a little easier. Alright, the swing is just about all put together now. All we need to do is give it a nice test run and see how Gemma likes it. Alright, you want to hop on?
Uh-huh.
Go over there and sit on it with your bottom. Nope, other side. Walk around. Yep. Climb up on.
Oh, that's
Whoa. Scoot back a little bit more. There. Ready? Hold on. Whoa, careful. Hold on. You want to go higher?
No.
A little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, just a little bit. Hold on. Hold on.
Daddy!
What? I'm pushing you. Hold on. Don't fall off. Here, I want to try it. I want to see if it will hold me. Okay? Yes. Let Daddy try just real quick. And then you can hop back on it. Let me see. Oh, it's strong enough to hold me.
Wow!
Wow, this is fun. Do you like it?
Off it.
Okay.
Just in case I get on it.
Just in case you get on it? Alright guys, that just about finishes up the video for today. Hope you enjoyed this different twist on an old tire swing. Hope you enjoy the video as well. If you did, hit that like button down below, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I upload a new DIY video each week, so if you're interested in that content, hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any uploads that I post. Thanks guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.